Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we're breaking down the Week 3 NFL All-Day Playbook strategy for all these challenges coming up and just some general strategy tips as well in this one. If you guys didn't watch my last video on the archive run it back drops that are happening right now, check that one out. There's also a Top Shot giveaway in that one, so you'll make sure just want to check it out just to leave a comment down below to enter the giveaway. You have a fairly good chance at this point of winning, so definitely check that one out. It'll be linked to the top of the description. For this one, all NFL, all day. So what we saw is the release of Week 3 Playbook this morning. And again, you got to burn 5 moments. Now kind of looking a little less enticing because the floor is about $8 still. And they did say this little tidbit right here: new play, join a pack drop on Tuesday, September 27th. So they said they're having 2 pack drops, and all you have to do is enter the queue. But I'm pretty sure this is the first time they announced this pack drop coming on Tuesday now. And I think that probably means that we're going to be seeing some more common moments from Series 2. So on Friday, we should be getting these reward packs from Week 2 Playbook, and there will be some Series 2 moments in there, the first ones of their kind. So far, we've seen on some of these NFT tracking websites that there are rares and legendaries minted from Series 2 already from a couple days ago now. So we expect those to come in these pack rewards from Week 2, but no commons yet. But who knows what this pack drop will be? It could be more commons coming. Could lower the floor from $8 to like $6 maybe if they're releasing a bunch of commons. So just think of that when you're burning these moments. But another interesting tidbit they have here, one challenge here, the Sunday Slate challenge is 25 yards. So this has been the challenge we needed the most moments. Both weeks you've needed 8 moments for the full Sunday Slate challenge, so it's been harder obviously. And I started tracking all these challenges Thursday through end of week for weeks 1 and 2. Going to do that for Week 3. I'll send this out to members of the channel when this video comes out, so you guys can keep up to date with this. But you can see on the full Sunday Slate, first one was fairly easy. You needed the top 5 rushers plus 3 debuts. Everyone has debuts on the platform now. And then last week was really hard. Top 2 in yardage from QB, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. But if you had a rare moment in, I think, the top 3 or something, you could use that as well. So a little interesting value add for rares and legendaries. I think it was top 5. So still that one's harder. So that's why they made it 25. And I think they just want more people involved on the full Sunday slate of games because there's so many games versus just these single game slates. But you'll notice if you do everything here, you're going to get 40. And then if you just do that one challenge, you're going to get 25, which would bump you up past the 60-yard mark. But if you do 2 challenges, it would get you exactly 80 yards. And you could get all the way up to the premium pack. So could be a good week to do 2 challenges if you're going to do... Hopefully this one's not super hard, the 25-yard one, and then you could do the 15-yard one as well, any of the 15-yard ones, and you're going to get to that 80 pack bonus. But right now I'm waiting to burn these moments just in case it's insanely hard to do this Sunday slate. There could be a rare in there that bottlenecks, and you got to pay $250 just for that one moment. It makes this challenge probably close to like $400 or something if there is that bottleneck. So I'm waiting to burn my moments right now. And if I'm only able to get to this 40-yard mark and can't really see myself doing 2 15-yard challenges to get to the 60, I think that is not ideal. But if you could do that 125 and then a 15, it would get you all the way to 80, I would do it. But right now I'm not going to burn until I see how tough this Sunday full slate challenge actually is. Because then basically you're missing out on the Thursday night. But if you do the Sunday slate, which is going to be the next one, then you can also do the Sunday night, end of week, or Monday night challenge after that and decide if you're able to do this, which one of these 3 that you could do and you could get in there. So now let's come back and take a look at some speculation around these challenges and some good moments that you could buy up possibly if you want. It's not financial advice to buy these. So looking back on the challenge tracker, it seems like they've been wanting to do different challenges basically every week for these single game slates. So the first one was top 3 players in receiving yards plus any defensive player from that game. The next one on Thursday was most receptions plus 1 player from each defense, and that was top 3. I just made that change. And then going over to the next single game slate, it was longest catch plus any 3 players with a reception plus any defensive player. And then we had top 3 in rush attempts plus 2 rivalry moments. And then Monday we had a really an easy one. It was all touchdown scores, and I think there was only 2 players. So that was a pretty easy one. And then the other Monday night one I didn't put down here because that's going to be the only Monday night in the entire regular season that has 2 games. So that one's kind of an outlier, and we shouldn't really be looking into that one as much. And then end of week, obviously, is going to be more than 1 game as well. So they've changed it up on all 5 of the single game slates so far. So there's not really a trend yet. It seems like maybe the trend is they're just trying to do something different for all of these, at least until like maybe week 8 or 9 when they run out of ideas. They might start recycling them. But it seems like they want to do something new to just keep it fresh, keep it new. So look at this for the Thursday game, which I'm not targeting because I don't want to pay a bunch for these challenge moments if I'm not able to get the full Sunday slate, 25 points, and I won't know, obviously, till this game's over. But if you're targeting this one, let's look at Steelers and Browns. So the first thing I noticed about Steelers and Browns is that there is no actual quarterback, if we sort by these teams and quarterback, that is actually going to play in this game. Obviously, Mayfield is on the Panthers. Roethlisberger is retired. So it's not going to be a quarterback challenge because there wouldn't be anyone to hit. And the next thing I noticed was that Najee Harris just hit in a challenge last week, and he was kind of the bottleneck in his moment. It was like, I think it got up to like $60. So I don't know if they're looking at that and be like, I don't want Harris to hit again in this challenge, but it'd be kind of hard to avoid because he gets rushing yards and receiving yards and catches and touchdowns. So there's nothing he really can't do. But if you're looking just at commons, because you probably just want to use commons, Nick Chubb has 2 moments, so he probably wouldn't bottleneck, so I wouldn't really be buying this one up. And then Dearness Johnson just doesn't get that many touches. And then the other running back from the Cleveland Browns, Kareem Hunt, I was blanking on his name for a second, doesn't have a moment. So to me, it seems like this should be kind of a reception-based, maybe a touchdown-based challenge or receiving yardage kind of based challenge. So let's just look at receivers, tight ends, and because we already looked at the running backs. And let's see low to high. So Jarvis Landry, you got to make sure they're actually on the team because he is not. He's on the Saints. So is Juju. Peoples-Jones is an option. He was pretty bad last week, though, and it's $18. And Njoku 18 as well. But then you got these guys that are 22, 25, 29. So for me, I would rather take a chance on like Peoples-Jones. His is only minted out of 8,000, and it's the cheapest one of these receivers that's actually going to be in the game. So if he does hit, he's going to bottleneck because he has 2,000 less moments. All right, the next game here, 49ers and Broncos. We do have both quarterbacks that have a moment in this one, and I believe they both have common moments. So you can see Jimmy Garoppolo is up to $36, and then Russell Wilson, actually, we're going to have to throw the Seahawks on here to see his moment, but Wilson does have a moment as well, but it's $72. So this could be a fairly expensive challenge on Sunday night if Wilson hits and you don't have a Wilson. So hopefully if they incorporate quarterbacks, it's Jimmy Garoppolo because it's going to be cheaper, and I actually own that one. So that'd be nice. And so let's check out the other skill positions they have here. Running back, receiver, tight end. One thing you'll notice about the 49ers since they made such a deep run last year in the playoffs is a lot of these guys have 2 moments. So Ayuk, you see him out of 8,500. You might think he could bottleneck, But that's not his only common moment. We have to come down a little farther. He has another moment here out of 8,000. So he has 16,000 moments. Be sure to watch out for that with your Niners. Kittle, again, out of 10,000 is just $16. But he has a second common moment. It's right here at 8,500, just $17. So beware of that if you're buying into Niners for this challenge. They're probably not going to hit. I kind of like some of these Broncos players though, and the cheapest one is going to be Alberto here, $15. Melvin Gordon also $15. They each just have one common out of 10,000 though, but you could see a potential bottleneck. Judy, he has two moments, so be aware of that. They are $20 and $17. So I can't see him bottlenecking either with 20,000 common moments. Cortland Sutton, though, has just one common moment and is $25. I don't know if he has a rare. He does have a rare, but it's out of just $8.99. Not one like Kittle or Debo that are out of $1,200. So he doesn't have that many moments either. And then Javonte Williams would be a pretty expensive one if it is a rushing challenge. And I do like Javonte as a good one for a bottleneck for this challenge as well. All right, the next game, Monday night, Cowboys Giants. Looking at quarterbacks, Daniel Jones does have a moment. Dak Prescott has one, but he's not going to be playing. So I doubt they're going to do something about quarterbacks. They could still do any player that scores a touchdown. So Jones, honestly, I have this one. I might sell high on people anticipating he could be in the Monday night challenge. I really don't think they're going to go that direction, though, because the Cowboys don't even have a quarterback playing in the game that is on NFL all day. So I would look at running backs, receivers, tight ends. One thing you'll notice about the running backs is you're not going to see Tony Pollard anywhere at the top of this screen. But when we keep loading into these expensive moments, you're going to see him right here, $200, because he only has a rare moment. So I don't know if NFL All Day is looking at this game and thinking, if it's a rushing challenge, top 3 rushing yard getters or top 3 carries, Pollard's likely going to hit. We don't want him to bottleneck this challenge and kind of ruin the challenge for a lot of people. So they could go away from rushing and do something receiving related, which if we're looking at that, there's also not a lot of options here. So I don't know how they're going to go for this challenge because Slayton is the only one on this top row that is actually on the Giants or Cowboys still. I don't think he has a catch all year. He doesn't play. So then we got Galladay, who barely plays, and Kadarius Toney, who kind of barely plays as well. They don't have Sterling Shepard or the former Niner. I think his name's Richie James. Their top 2 basically reception leaders don't have any moments. So these guys aren't, I guess if they do a receiving challenge and like Richie James and Sterling Shepard hit, then they're just canceled out and you'd go down to like Toney or Galladay perhaps. And then you got CeeDee Lamb here who would be likely to hit if they do some kind of receiving challenge, even with Cooper Rush or whoever their quarterback is. That's $41, pretty expensive. And then you got Gallup, who hasn't played all year, and I don't know if he's going to play. And then we have Saquon Barkley down here, who I just sold for $57. Kind of wish I didn't sell him because I didn't see that on their schedule when I was looking if I should sell him or not, if they had this Monday night game coming up. So kind of a bummer if he hits in bottlenecks. And then I forgot to mention, actually, besides Pollard, which I'm just realizing now, is Ezekiel Elliott only has a rare as well. So if it's a rushing challenge, you're probably going to have both these guys, and that's going to be a really expensive challenge. So I really think they're going to go away from rushing, do something receiving related where they try to exclude Elliott and Pollard, which might be hard to do because even if it's receiving yards or catches, they could both hit in that if it's a top 3 challenge, because you would really go CeeDee Lamb, then maybe Barkley. And then after that, you're really looking at Toney or Galladay, who would be in there besides those 2 running backs. Maybe Slayton if he plays more, or Gallup if he plays in the game. So this is another tough challenge. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this one on some Week 3 playbook strategy. If you did subscribe to the channel, I'm going to try to do these strategy videos every single week for NFL All Day and the Playbook. And also, if you want to get in on that Top Shot giveaway, I'll link the video at the end of the card here and also be top link in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in another video.